My video for October the 7th, 2018 is video number 2868. And yes, I know I made a mistake on a previous one where I used the day before, so I corrected it in this video. And of course, yesterday's video was with Aristo. Anyway, the title is Defeat of International Bankers Equals Beginning of Human Liberation. Would it really be that easy? Of course not. The monetary system that has enslaved humanity for eons has become simply the way it is. Because the brainwashing has been so thorough, and most people are clueless, oblivious to the original cause of human enslavement. Look at what we consider primitive people. They did not use money and survived for millennia just fine, until the demonic parasites invaded their culture. Then they, like the rest of us, became victims of greed and lust for power over others. Yes, of course I want to be free, really free. I want to see my lifelong dream of heaven on earth become a reality in my lifetime. Some see Donald Trump as a savior of sorts. While I'd like to see the so-called elite dealt a real Trump card, I'm still not convinced it will come as a result of the Donald in the White House. It would be nice. It would mean human redemption is perhaps at hand. Many of us would rejoice greatly. Those entrenched in cabal machinations would weep profusely. Of course, the rejoicing would be limited if the overturning of the system requires major fighting. So many questions. Will there be real change? And if so, how will it unfold? Yes, as my 72nd birthday approaches, I am probably more introspective than normal. Just rehashing my life and going back to its foundation. And I don't know at what point somebody taught me about the kingdom of heaven on earth, but it's something that I've had all of my conscious aware life since childhood, and certainly since teenage years. I mean, that's why I preached on street corners before I even had the opportunity to preach in the largest Assembly of God church in the state of New Jersey. And I was told, as I've said in previous videos, that I would be another Oral Roberts or Billy Graham. Well, Billy Graham was, according to some people, he was very connected to the Illuminati. So does that mean that that whole message has been compromised? Perhaps it has. Do I know that for a fact? No, I don't. I liked Billy Graham. I related to evangelical Christians much of my life. But I've always been an outside-the-box thinker. And I realize, as I've studied various things, that the problem in this world is caused by the money system. The international bankers, or the Illuminati, or the elite establishment, there are many names that we could attach to it. But the reality is, they create money at the top levels. They create money out of nothing. And what do they use as collateral? They use you and me as the collateral for their creation of money. Why? Because all the wealth that exists in the world exists because of human productivity, human creativity, and human ingenuity. It is we, the people, who have value. They, the demons or the elite establishment, do nothing but manipulate, cajole, hire people to do their tasks that they wouldn't do themselves, but they pay other people to commit crimes against humanity. That's what the police force is. That's what the armies are. We wouldn't need all of that stuff if it were not for the money system. The money system is the root of evil. Not money, but the system in which we have been entrapped. That is the cause of all of the world's ills. They could be resolved if there were people with a benevolent attitude at the very top of the pyramid. But that's simply not the way it is in this world. And we have been totally brainwashed as a human culture to believe that we absolutely need the system, when in fact, that is a total lie. That is a fabrication, a distortion of reality. And Aristo made that clear to some degree in the previous video that he and I made together. And I have friends, as I've said so many times, that think that Donald Trump is actually going to drain the swamp. He's actually going to create a justice system that allows the real criminals to be taken down and imprisoned or executed, and it's under martial law. I mean, they have committed treason. The elite establishment is a treasonous establishment. And yes, it goes to European royalty, it goes to the papacy, it goes to the entire system of the world, which is all run by the monetary system of enslavement. They used to use religion, but religion doesn't work anymore. So now they tighten the grips in the monetary system, because that provides them the cover that they need to continue to hide from the peering eyes of people like me that look behind the curtain and see how the strings are being pulled. And it's all a money game. It's all fraud. It's a puppet show. And we, in general, we as humanity are the puppets. We are their chattel. We are their slaves. But we have the illusion that we're free. We're not free. As long as these people continue to operate, we are not free. It doesn't matter who's in the presidency of the United States. It doesn't matter who is the Pope. It doesn't matter who the Queen or King of England or Holland or any other European country is. It doesn't matter about the Chinese or the Russians or anybody. It's up to the Creator to fix the mess that the Creator has, I was going to say inadvertently allowed, but I don't know if it's inadvertent. That's the problem. See, I used to think that God was a loving God. Can a loving God allow such insanity to go on for millennia, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, where we are recirculated and recirculated and recirculated, but we forget the connection? How can we be liberated when we don't remember who we are, when we forget that we are connected to all of life and we think we're separate? There's nothing separate. Don't you understand? It's all interconnected in a web of life, but it does not appear that way because of the deception. I would like to see the whole lying system overturned, and I'd like to see it happen without any bloodshed, or with as little bloodshed as possible. I know some are going to dig in their heels and resist, and somehow they're going to have to be taken out or taken down. How that's going to happen, I don't know, but I certainly want it to happen. Anyway, folks, thank you for listening, and namaste.